Hey Scorpio, how are we? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're actually looking ahead at August, seeing what's happening for you. We will be doing a couple of different August videos, so these will be the first batch where we're going to be looking, just a bit of a general overview. We will also check out the challenges you might be facing in August, as well as the good stuff coming through. Okay, but definitely make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with all the other readings as well. Uh, Today I am primarily using the Kawaii Lenormand, but I do also have here the Alice in Wonderland Oracle that we will touch on as well. But getting sort of straight on into it for you, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, what's going on for Scorpio in August? Start, middle, and end of August 2025 for our Scorpios. August 2025 for Scorpio, please. I probably will clarify a little bit here. I do kind of actually want to I'll pull those clarity cards kind of immediately because I'm wanting one straight away for the start as well as the end cards here. Clarifying the start of August for Scorpio, please. And clarifying the end of August for Scorpio. Okay, so we are seeing a general kind of theme coming through here, and I'm kind of going to straight away put this out there that this is very, very connected to, the challenges that you're going to be facing in this month, this particular message here, Scorpio. So starting August off, we do see the mountain coming through. All right, so this is obstacles, challenges, blockages, delays that are occurring at the start of the month here with friendships. We have, or a particular friend. It does feel more so like a particular friend for a lot of you, but the dog there is friendship, loyalties, understanding and compassion toward others and towards ourselves, the support that we receive. And I feel for a lot of you, this is you having to put in quite a lot of work to a friendship, that there's some sort of maybe a bit of a rough patch or something along those lines, or you're really having to put in a lot of work to be supportive or strong for somebody this month, especially highlighted around the start of the month there. What I'm actually kind of seeing is that you're putting in a lot of work into this friendship. You're really trying to overcome obstacles and blockages between you and this person, especially with, the middle of the month. We see the heart there coming through strong. So, that's your energy for sure this month, Scorpio, that you really are trying to come from this place of love and towards people around you and friends, especially seeming highlighted here. And it's kind of like you're feeling a little bit one step forward, two steps back with this particular person, I feel. Even though you move into this phase where you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to just love this person. I'm going to stop putting in quite, I've been putting in a lot of work, but maybe I've been, trying to be too logical. That is the Capricorn card. It is very much about persistence and determination, that you kind of turn around and sort of say to yourself, well, maybe I'm being too determined. I'm being too, boss energy, too controlling a little bit here with the way that I'm putting in so much work into this person. So maybe I just need to be a little bit more supportive, a little bit more, just love energy for this person, and just show them that, there's unconditional love there from, for them from you. But then we do see at the end of the month, we have the whip coming through, clarified by the ring. Okay, so we do see conflict with this relationship at the end of the month here, that it just kind of feels like it's a little bit overwhelming and it just gets a little bit too much for you. And it's kind of, I am picking up quite specifically for some of you here that it's like you're putting so much work into this relationship that when you shift from putting in the work and going overboard, trying to push and help, and you just shift into this, well, I'm just going to be here to love and support, and you shift into just love kind of energy rather than trying to control and push, and doing all the work, I suppose. That's where actually the conflict seems to come from with this relationship, that it's kind of like a little bit like somebody expects you to continue to just put in all the work all the time. And you're kind of, I feel like the heart is kind of more along the lines of, I'm standing up for myself and I'm just, I deserve love too. I deserve this to be more reciprocal. I can't just continually put in the effort and put in the effort and put in the effort. I need to receive some of that back. So you pull back a little bit, and then that's where the problems start. That's where the real problem kind of starts. That's where this trouble, this tension, this conflict. It could be a verbal argument for some of you there at the end of the month. But it's like, it feels for a lot of you, it's kind of like you yourself are in conflict over the commitment that you've made to this person. You're kind of like, well, I've put in so much work, like, do I need to continue to stay so committed to this person? So kind of beating yourself up for the way you've allowed this relationship to become comfortable for this other person to allow you to do all the work a little bit. Straight away, it is going to be connected to your challenges, but I will get your challenge cards here. The challenges for Scorpio in August. What are the challenges for Scorpio in August? Your biggest challenges, definitely, once again, definitely connected to this issue. We have the snake and the tree coming through here. So straight away, the snake is your card, Scorpio. So, and connected with the tree there, we're definitely seeing that, it is a big challenge for you this month to do what is right for you and to focus on your own growth and your own healing and taking care of yourself. You're putting so much work into somebody else here. You're trying to come from a place of love, but it leaves you feeling like, where do I stand? And that's the biggest challenge for you this month is this tree energy. What about me kind of thing? Like, who's going to help me grow? Who's going to help me heal? I can't even help me look after myself because I'm so busy looking after everybody else here. And the snake energy there, it kind of does talk about feeling kind of deceived, I suppose. I do feel as though for a lot of you that this is, feeling deceived by, does this person not care about me as much as I care about them? Um, you know, if I were to focus on myself, and when you go into your heart space, that's when, that conflict begins and you're kind of like, well, is it all just an illusion that they care about me? Do they only care about what I can do for them, kind of thing? So that does seem to be, part of the biggest challenge here is you do feel a little bit deceived by this person, that they are not, willing to give as much to you as you have been giving to them, as they're not willing to do the work that you're willing to do. You're doing all the work here. And it leads to you, having this conflict within your own self, and kind of just feeling, troubled, I suppose, by this relationship. It does feel like it is connected to one specific person. Firstly, we'll see the advice on how to overcome these challenges. What's the advice for Scorpio to overcome these challenges in August, please? And I am seeing the letter J. For some of you, I'm also getting R and L. So this person may have one of those initials in their name, or a strong J, L, or R in their name. The advice you're receiving here is trust your path, I suppose. We have the crossroads and then the cross. So that's a very spiritual energy coming from you here as your advice is to, trust and have faith that whatever path you choose here is the right one for you. But I am clearly hearing with that crossroads that, maybe it's time to choose a new path with this person, that maybe that this approach isn't working. Maybe we do need to make some choices here, make a decision here about walking a new path. Because, with the cross here, it's showing us that you need to be aware that you have taken this on as a burden, as a responsibility. You're feeling, and it feels unfair. It feels as though, I kind of feel that with this being such a strong spiritual kind of message and that this has been part of your path, it doesn't mean that it has to continue to be. That you can choose to walk a new path here and you can choose to do things differently at any moment. As long as you have faith that you're being guided to what you need. Because I do get a strong energy throughout this whole thing that this is all part of, a lesson for you in amongst it all, that you don't have to work so hard to show your love. You shouldn't have to work so hard to show your love. That you should be able to just trust and have faith that this person loves you and cares about you just as much as, and that they're going to put in as much work as you are. But you feel like they're deceiving you about that. So it does seem to be a pretty specific message here. How will Scorpio know who that person is? Clarity for Scorpio on who this person may be, please. We have the woman and the lilies clarifying who that person may be. So most likely it is actually a woman. I don't normally read the gender, but when they come out in that sort of a frame of reference, it most likely is a woman. For some of you, this could actually be your mother, or if you're have adult children, it could be your child. Quite often, the woman can talk about mother figures or the mother relationship. So it could be the mother or someone that you mother, in that kind of sense there. It could be a close familial relationship, like a mother or a grandmother or something like that, a child that you are a mother to, especially with the lily, because the lily is a long-term card. This shows us that this is somebody that has been in your life for a very long time. I feel like this is over 10 years. This person has been in your life for at least 10 years. It's not someone that you've only just become friends with. It's not. It's a long term. This is someone that I'm kind of picking up that reference to someone that you thought you were going to be, sitting alongside in the nursing home as well. For some of you, I'm picking up on that. But it definitely, for a lot of you, this is someone older than you. For majority of you, this is somebody older than you. I am very clearly getting, with the longevity of this card and the references to old age with this card, it can quite often specifically talk about old women. So sometimes we see, I get in personal readings, this sometimes comes out as specifically talking about somebody over 70. somebody that's literally in a retirement home kind of phase of their life. So I do feel as though this is somebody older than you. For majority of you here. For others of you, it may not be, but it's definitely somebody that you've known for a very, very long time. That have been a part of your life. I would even dare say majority of your life. You may have known this person ever since you were a child. There does seem to be a lot of emotion on that connection as well. You've only ever shown kindness, though. You've tried to be kind, and you've tried to, you know, maybe you've questioned this person's morals at some point. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for that question. But we'll have a look at the good stuff and see what's coming through for you there, Scorpio. What's the good stuff for Scorpio in August? The good stuff for Scorpio in August. You are rare and free. Sorry about the the cards with the holographic doesn't necessarily pick up the entire image very well. You are rare and free. There are not many people like you. So, remember that about that's part of the lesson of this whole situation, is that there's not many people that have put in so much work or are willing to put in so much work as what you have. You are very unique here, Scorpio, and nobody else can be the person that you are. You're the best person at being you. So really appreciating your uniqueness and your value to the world for that uniqueness this month. Who in the world are you? So once again, we're really looking at noticing some of the things about yourself that do make you very special and unique. Getting to know the new you. So also realizing that the version of yourself that has always put in the work for this person, it's not suiting who you are now. Like, that's a past version of yourself. Getting to know the new you, getting to know the version of yourself that you want to be moving forward, learning these lessons so that you can continue to move forward. And, we wake up every day as a brand new version of ourselves. And so it's time to actually stop and get to know not falling back into old patterns just because that's what you used to do for that person or whatever. Appreciating that this month as well about yourself. Clarifying all the good stuff for Scorpio. What's all the good stuff for Scorpio in August, please? All the good stuff for Scorpio in August. Taking care of yourself. Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, I do have the flowers there. So really looking at the way that you give your time, your love, your energy this month and where it's, being given and taken and whatnot. We do have the fox coming through. So doing what you need to do for you, focusing on you and your own survival, being a little bit smarter about the way that you're dealing with people in order to make sure that you are doing what is best for yourself. Not putting other people ahead of your own self all the time, Scorpio. We do have the ship here. So starting that new journey as this version of yourself, starting a brand new journey within your own self. For some of you, there may be some travel involved for you this month as well. That may be some of the good stuff coming through, is that you are traveling to meet friends, because we do see the garden coming off the back of that as well. So, not only are we, being wild and free and starting brand new adventures just within our own life this month, but some of us may be traveling to meet people because we do have the garden there. It is my date card as well. So some of you may be traveling to, meet someone for a date. It doesn't necessarily be romantic. It could just be, a coffee date that you're traveling to meet somebody for. But it could be work meetings and those sorts of things. It could be an event. I'm picking up that for some of you, this could be traveling to go attend something for someone, but this is very public, sociable, happy, positive energy. There might be an event taking place for you this month that really does sort of bring you closer to that feeling of social energy and happiness in social aspects. It could be even just going to the local park and hanging out with a friend. You're traveling to go spend time with somebody, and it doesn't need to be a huge distance. Uh, it's the enjoyment, the adventure that's the fun part of that for you this month. Okay, so I'm definitely coming through as the good stuff. So enjoy that event, enjoy that date, meetup, whatever that is for you. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.